What's going on, guys? I have a Flame Swordsman deck profile for you guys today. So guys, this is a really fun deck. I think you're gonna like this deck profile. I do want to apologize for the lighting. I'm not recording in the normal spot that I record my deck profiles. So in some of the video, the lighting isn't perfect. But yeah, if you can just forgive that and check it out, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Really fun deck. Probably built more for going second. And you could build this like with hand traps instead of board breakers, but I went with board breakers just because the deck already lacks in the ability to go first well. So I figured board breakers would be better than hand traps in that case. First off, we're going to go with Fighting Flame Swordsman. This is like your key starter in the deck. 2 of the Salamandra, the Flying Flame Dragon. Both of these cards are really critical. Flame Swords Realm. This is a great card to have on the field. It protects you like when you activate his effect on normal summon. We're going to have 2 of the Salamandra Fusion, which is very critical. This is literally how you get to your big boss monster. Then we have 3 of the Fighting Flame Sword. This is, it does a lot of things. It helps you. It's a searcher. What else does it do? It does something about when an attack is declared. You can target one card on the field, destroy it. Also, if your opponent targets a monster, you can negate it. So, as long as it mentions Flame Swordsman. So then you're going to have 1 Salamandra with Chain. This card's just really good, even though it's a going second build. You use this more for the fusion effect in the graveyard than you do the other effect of it. So now, move on to our next engine. Basically, we're just playing like a bunch of little engines in this deck. Now, this is one, it is going to be fairly expensive, so if you don't have this, don't worry about it. You can play other stuff. Probably a good draw engine, maybe like Dangers or some other rank 8 engine. So we're going to be playing 3 City, 1 Happy, and then 2 King Sark. Like I said, you do not have to do this, but it's going to make the deck have much more layers of strength. And actually, I would probably play one more name. But you don't want to have too many bricks. Then we're going to play a small cash package. 3 Fenrir, 1 Rise Heart again. This one's a little on the pricey side. You know, not too bad right now, but still, you know, it's one of those engines. But this enables, if you see this one, typically if you can get to this, you can go in for an OTK better due to this, one of the spells. It actually lets you take 1,000 off of this and give 1,000 to your other monsters. And I'll talk more about that later. And then 2 Pankratops. This ain't really an engine, but it's you know, a really good card for breaking boards and putting pressure. You know, if you put this on the field or Fenrir, they have to respond. Same with the Mseti. Like if they have an Ash, they have to Ash the Mseti. Like it's just facts. They just have to. So, and then if the goal is to get them to use all their resources and then OTK them. So then we're going to have, for our spells, we're going to have 3 Talents. Talents is really good, this format. Taking monsters, like take their Appaloosa, you know, whatever it may be. Draw 2 cards, because sometimes you need that. 2 Raigeki. This card's really good, this format. Does lots of things. Forbidden Droplet. Lightning Storm. Basically just a flex spot for Raigeki. Because it can do either or. And you could, you know, do it back to back, and they're not going to expect it. 1 Rhoda for our power 1-ofs. Instant Fusion, so this is strictly for Mud Dragon. You could play a Super Poly package, maybe over, take out one of these, you know, whatever you want to do. But Super Poly is really good also, but this is to bring your Mud Dragon out. Like Mud Dragon's going to keep them from targeting anything on your field, so it turns off Princess, stuff like that. Then we have a Monster Reborn. Rhoda is just your 4th copy of the Fighting Flame. Basically, you're playing 7 copies of this guy right here, the Fighting Flame Swordsman. Because you have like some Searchers. You have 3 Searchers in the deck. This, and then you have Rhoda. And then we're going to be playing 1 Durandal. It's pretty much a Searcher, so technically 8. And then, of course, just 2 Imperm, just to round it all off. This is where you could flex on the Super Poly. Go with 3 Super Poly or 2 Super Poly. Imperm, I just thought, you know, it doesn't turn on talents, so it's not the worst thing to have. You could play 3 if you wanted to cut one of the talents. Because sometimes, you know, it's not bad to draw 2 of them either. I literally had a game last night. I was playing Voiceless, and I drew 3 imperms. 3, yeah. That's the best hand trap you could draw 3 of. I mean, I will say that, but it was still kind of goofy. All right, now for our extra deck, you're going to be playing 2 of the vanilla Flame Swordsman. This guy's very critical. He's you can also recycle him, but he's just really good in the deck. You don't actually end on him, but he is critical to the plays. Then the new Flame Swordsman, the Ultimate Flame Swordsman. This guy has an effect where typically he's going to be equipped with Salamandra, so he's going to be at 3,500. Then his attack can double when he declares an attack, so then it goes to 7. And then the field spell, I mean the continuous spell, will boost him by 1,000 if you have another warrior on the field by taking away from that one. So basically, it's game, you know, 35, 45, so you're going for like 9K. The one Mud Dragon, I don't know why that's right there. It's supposed to be the Fighting Flame Dragon. So also the Fighting Flame Dragon, this is not as consistent. That's why you only play 1. You have to have like a really good hand to get this out. But he can equip to that, and I think this is the one that makes him able to do a second attack. So like, yeah, you're getting game every time. 1 of Blackluster Soldier. Sometimes you can't finish, like if you can't OTK, then you can make this, and then it's unaffected by, it can't be destroyed by card effects. Cannot target it with card effects. Yeah. So, yeah. You can just make that, yeah, sit on it. Sometimes it'll buy you a turn. Zombie Vampire. This is like when your horror stuff's what you're leaning on. You have to get some good meals. You can do that. Dweller. We can make that pretty easy in the deck. And we're going to have a Typhon. You know, of course, Typhon's really good. Dingrisu. This is another card that's just crazy. Zeus. Again, like if you can't finish, at least maybe you can wipe their board. Photon Lord. This is going to help insulate your plays. If you're forced to go first, this is a card you can go for. And then our Time card. Also, if you can't quite OTK them, there's times where you can get into this and just burn them for time. So also Instant Fusion can get to this, so you're playing like basically a extra way to get into that. So let's go into a simple basic combo. Here's going to be a basic 1-card combo. You're going to normal summon Fighting Flame Swordsman, activate effect to add Flame Swords Realm. Flame Swords Realm is going to tag this out for your vanilla. Trigger this to dump the Salamandra. Salamandra is going to add you the Salamandra Fusion. Salamandra Fusion equipped to this. Send these for your big guy. Now you're going to, in the grave, equip this to this. And now you have a 3,500 attack point beater that can double its attack. You would have 4 other cards in hand.